What's good, guys? Welcome to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. I say again, welcome to my podcast, Snacks Thoughts. Yes, indeed. Well, what is my thought for today on this Friday? You know, um, we often hear a lot of people talk about this term called the bag. Getting the bag, chasing the bag. Everybody wants the bag, and for those of you that don't know what the term with the bag means, it basically means becoming successful and primarily um, pertaining to money, or wealth, you know what I'm saying? Or, if so to speak, making sure you got a lot of a lot of money and being successful in your goals, you know what I'm saying? The bag. And so, for this episode, I would say chasing the bag. All right, chasing the bag. But the question that I pose is that chasing the bag at what cost? What does and what will the bag cost you? And you guys have heard the saying that nothing in this world is free. Nothing is free. And I'm talking about it costs to be born, and when it's time for you to check out, it even costs, for that, whether it's through cremation or if it's through burial, somebody got to pay, and still nothing is free, and so people are, talking about, getting the bag and chasing the bag, you know what I'm saying? But there's always a cost. And I'm not saying that getting the bag is always a bad thing. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I think that you have to consider, you count the cost, and you got to consider if chasing the bag is going to affect you in a negative way, and how it's going to affect, if it affects other people, or you have to do things that you don't want to do, or things that you shouldn't do in order to get it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with getting your bag, so long as you do it honestly and with integrity, and you don't have to lie, cheat, steal, and harm others in order to get it. You know what I'm saying? And that includes harming yourself. You know, I can give you an example, and I don't want to beat a dead horse, but look at the Cassie and P. Diddy situation. You know what I'm saying? You have a young lady at the time that was talented, beautiful and talented, and she wanted to have a successful, music career. You know what I'm saying? She wanted to be successful, and so she hooks up with this music mogul, you know what I'm saying, that's got some power and a lot of power and influence, you know what I'm saying, and winds up in a relationship, with them. And then this would eventually wind up leading to freak offs and a very physically abusive relationship, you know what I'm saying, at times, So her chasing the bag, you know what I'm saying, look at what she had, what I'm saying, to go through. All of what she's been through. And then on top of that, for, so to speak, some aspects of her life, what I'm saying, being put on public display, in order, to get more money, So that's just one example, and that's maybe that might be a very maybe bad example, but it's still a lesson. You know what I'm saying? About chasing the bag. You know what I mean? You know, and I think the Bible even mentions it, where it talks about they that want to be rich, man. It's like you setting yourself up, for a fall and some serious challenges. So the Bible says, for the love of money is the root of all evil. The love of money, money's not evil, but the love of it. When it becomes an idol to you, or you become, greedy, behind it, and you willing to do anything, in order to get that bag, compromise yourself, sell your soul, you know, um, at what cost? Chasing the bag. What are you willing to do? Are you willing to be a brown noser? Are you willing to be two-faced? Are you willing to be disloyal? You know, what are you willing to do to get that bag? Now, much respect, to those that are going after their bag through hard work, ambition, and honest, and doing it with, like I said, integrity. Shout out to you, But chasing the bag, it has a cost, that is attached to it, There is nothing in this life that is free. And so if you're going to chase the bag, then you got to count the cost, and you need to understand, okay, what's the price tag that's associated with it? What is it going to cost me? And am I willing to pay the price? Am I willing to pay the price, for chasing the bag, and I'm going to get off my little soapbox here in a minute. But I think that a lot of people that decide to chase the bag, many times I think sometimes our eyes get bigger than our stomachs. We look and see the success, like I said, of others, and see others that have the bag. But a lot of times we don't consider the backgrounds of those individuals, and what it took in order for them to get what they got. We don't see, those people going through the mud, all the hoops that they had to jump through. We don't see the long hours, of hard work, or even some of them that have done nefarious things behind the scenes in order to get in certain positions and to secure, the so-called bag. So I'm going to leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nothing wrong with chasing your bag, but be sure that you keep everything in its proper perspective. If chasing the bag is going to cause you to lose your integrity, your sanity, and you got to sell your soul to get it, then it's like it ain't worth having. If you can get it, with hard work, and keep everything intact and stay grounded and rooted, by all means, go for it. Hey, I'm chasing my bag, but I don't sell myself out. I don't sell my loved ones and close friends out to get it. And I definitely don't sell my soul to get it. So if you're going to chase your bag, do it the right way and understand what is the price tag. What is this going to cost me? But that's all I have for this one. Just something short and quick for you guys to chew on. Name of this podcast is Snackz Thoughts. SNAKZTHOUGHTS. Snackz Thoughts. And you can find this podcast on Spotify, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Radio PBM, SoundCloud, and a host of other social media outlets. I also have a YouTube channel, Eric Broadus YouTube. That's EricBroadus, YouTube, or ericbroadusyoutube.com. So, check me out. I got my Rumble channel, Snackz123, SNAKZ123 on Rumble. So, smash the bell on Rumble smash the like button on Rumble to like the videos. If you don't like them, hey, hit the unlike button. And join me, follow me on Rumble as well. For Eric Broadus YouTube, smash the bell to become a subscriber. Turn on all the notifications. Hit the like button, like the videos. You don't like them, hey, hit the unlike button. Either way, on Rumble or my YouTube. leave a comment. Snacks Thoughts, leave a comment. Love to hear your thoughts. And lastly, I have the 5 best weight loss solutions. So link will be in the description. Click on the link, you know what I'm saying, and purchase the products, man. If you want to lean out, you know what I'm saying, cut fat and definitely lose some belly fat as well. Check out, you know what I'm saying, the products and buy them, you know what I'm saying, and share it with other people, you know what I'm saying. Next to God, our health is the best thing that we got. You see what I'm saying? And so you only get one body, and so your health, you need to take care of it. But anyway, that's all I have on this one, guys. But yeah, chasing the bag. Peace out. Catch you guys on the next one later.